Of all questions I've ever had, this is the one that's the most special needs. This person really has a low IQ. Would you guest on each other's shows? They're fucking guesting on my show right now.
I don't know how smart I am. So,
you are
okay.
Yeah. You're smart, but the questions aren't. And we're live.
Hey, everybody, I'm back.
So if you two can go ahead and introduce yourselves and give the audience a little description of what you do and where they can find you, I'll start checking out some of these questions that I'll start asking.
I'm gonna go first this time because I'm the veteran. I didn't know what to expect last time. So, hey, everybody. Okay. I think it was on here 2 or 3 weeks ago with Steve and Chris Ripka. I had a good time. I'm from Cave Crew Radio, which is live every Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Obviously, iTunes, Stitcher, all that stuff, but real easy. CaveCrewRadio.com, Twitter, Facebook, Cave Crew Radio. Real easy.
Awesome. And I'm Carrie Sims. You might recognize me from Blazing Caribou Studios. I own and operate that. I am the founder there. We have many, many podcasts on that show, including and not limited to 8-Bit Avenue and Brokebot Mountain, Geek Cinema Society, Sketching Comedy, Statecraft, Trivia Geeks Live, and Varmints. And I know you know at least one of those. I'm on a few of those shows, and we are produced live on Wednesday nights. You can catch Trivia Geeks every couple of weeks, every other week, and every week on Sketching Comedy Live Wednesday nights on YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, come check us out at blazingcariboustudios.com.
Before the host takes over with all these ridiculous questions, I would like to formally challenge Drew.
Okay.
Podcaster versus podcaster.
All right.
Geeks. Whenever you can.
Absolutely.
You know, it's whenever.
All right. That's a throwdown challenge. Drew, do you accept?
Always.
All right.
Always stupid enough to accept a challenge.
All right. You are stupid enough.
Away from a fight.
No.
Make sure when you're filling out all of your information that you be weary of the fact that these are writers and we're going to take things very literal or very illiteral. So have fun with that.
We have to fill out an application.
Oh, well, kind of. No, it's basically, you'll see. You'll see.
Do you know who we are?
It doesn't matter. Do you know your name?
Nobody else knows us. That's why I'm on the show. I'm trying to get noticed. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's how you do it. What you get on that show is you get a free ad for yourself. So you can put yourself out there and explain to people why people should listen to your podcast and talk all about it.
I love it.
Awesome. Let's check. Oh, Jesus, some of these. Let's see if we can ease ourselves in a little bit.
You don't even give us 5 minutes, eh? We just go right into these damn questions right off the bat.
That's because they ask so many of them. That's the scary thing. Let's see. Oh, that one's a bit crazy, but okay. Here's an easy one. Who do you think is the more caring rapist? Bill Cosby, Casey Affleck, or the tax man?
What country are we in right now? Are we in the USA tax man, or?
I think it's just the tax man in general. He's an arsehole in every country.
I think probably Bill Cosby, because at least you're asleep before he comes and fucks you. Right. So, yeah. I mean, the tax man, you can see it coming. Kinda.
Yeah. And what was the other one?
Casey Affleck.
Oh, right. He did bad things. I forgot.
Yep. Did bad things to lady producers, yep.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Well, was it proven, though? Was it proven?
I don't know. I'm probably going to get sued for asking it on the show.
Probably. But, yeah, I don't know. Put a disclaimer over the screen. You'll be fine.
Different countries. How are they going to track us?
Yeah. I'm sure he's probably raped someone in 3 different countries. That
if you wonder what I'm doing, folks, I'm just Googling.
You're Googling what Casey Affleck looks like or who he's raped?
I just want to double check what
he's raped.
I'm going to this most.
You're going for easy prey at this point. That's pretty sad. His wife recently asked for
source of all. I want to go to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, as you were saying, his wife has divorced him, which probably says all you need to know about that whole situation.
Yeah, she's probably not too happy.
Manchester by the Sea. Okay.
Yeah, didn't he win an Oscar for that?
He won an Oscar for boring the fuck out the audience for 2.5 hours.
Now listen, if you get charged with rape, do you lose your Oscar? Is it like sports? Like, do you lose your man card or whatever? Or?
No, because plenty of like 50s actors that won Oscars were also rapists. So
yeah, there's a lot out there. I can't. Oh God, there was one that there's a couple of murderers. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, OJ like murdered people. I don't know if he ever won an Oscar, but geez.
He should have for that court appearance.
I know. Right?
Brought that fucking Heisman Trophy with him everywhere. That's probably what he was having sex with in jail.
Right.
That damn Heisman Trophy that he won. Sorry.
Yeah. He would switch between his left and right hands. So he felt like he was having a threesome.
I can imagine OJ running down the hallway of the airport right now going, it doesn't matter if it's a Bronco Hertz, I'll take anything. I'm out of here. I'm fucking gone, man. I'm going to find out who killed that bitch. Yeah, sure you're OJ, you fucking moron. Bill Cosby is my answer.
Yep. I think that's my answer as well, because at least... You know, he said the courtesy of giving you the date rape drug so you don't remember most of it.
Right.
Casey Affleck waits for you to be asleep and then sneaks into your bed, allegedly.
Yeah.
So that's creepy.
And maybe Bill might leave you a pudding cup. So, there could be dessert afterwards. So who knows?
And you know how in the old days on that show he did, Cosby Show or whatever it was called, he'd always wear sweatshirts from a school if you sent it to him. I wonder if after he raped the chicks, he wore their panties.
You never know.
Never know.
It's possible.
Yep. Next question before we get sued. Would you rather eat a gallon of diarrhea, 1,000 live locusts, or Hogan's dick? Hogan's dick is a throwback to the last episode with DK on, where we went off on a tangent about apparently Hulk Hogan has a large penis.
Oh, okay. So locust, diarrhea, or his dick?
Yeah.
He's got a large dick.
Well, the rumor says. I have not seen the porno yet. I have seen the one with Pamela and the drummer from Motley Crue. He had a huge cock. But I don't know about Hogan. It's rumor.
Yeah, it was Steve that brought that up.
Yeah.
He seemed very insistent on it, like he's seen a lot of evidence.
Here's Steve when we need him.
Yeah.
Okay, diarrhea is a no-no.
Yeah. Don't put skit scat humor, not even funny to me. I just kind of
I don't want to get lupus or Hogan's cock might be too big because I've never tried it before. So I think I'd want to start off some.
There's always time, DK. We can wait.
You know what? Well, he didn't say how much you got to put in your mouth.
No, he just said eat. Yeah.
No, I'd go locust because you eat chocolate covered crickets and shit like that. I'd eat locust.
Yeah, I probably would too. There's probably good nutritional value in that.
Yeah, I have locust before. So
it's a different kind of protein.
Yeah.
Smoke a joint. Stores are closed. There's nowhere to get chips or whatever everybody likes to munch on. You throw some locusts in. Can I put them in the oven? Put some salt on them?
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Then locust is the easy answer to get out of this one.
Yeah. That's what I'd go for. I tell you, some of the people that watch this are quite worrying with the shit they come up with.
Kari, you haven't answered yet. It's okay to say Hogan's cock.
Oh, no. I'm good. I'm good. I said locusts. I agreed with you.
All right.
I'm not going for poop bucket or some big cock. I'm good.
But you're the only one that could get away with saying that without getting like badgered on Facebook for the next 6 months.
Oh, well, maybe. Or maybe I would get a lot of followers because of it.
You know what?
Maybe that could be like a stunt thing. Yeah, maybe I'll do it. I don't know.
Talk about lawsuits, though.
It could be a T-shirt design. I ate Hogan's cock.
Yeah, and I could sue somebody, Drew, because they're judging against me. I'm one of those modern day trannies. My own.
I don't think my fiance would like that too much, so I'm still going to go with locusts.
I actually think that should be a future segment on this show. Is that you get a little burner and you cook up some locusts and try them, Drew. I don't think they'd be that bad.
I've ate locusts before, and sorry.
The reason you ate locusts before is because you were lying in a cow's field after nothing out, and one got in your face because you slept with your mouth open.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah. Here's a slightly more on-topic question, I guess. What are your podcasts about? Which gets asked every week because I'll have podcasters on. So very.
I'm gonna have a sip of beer. You go first.
Okay. Well, we have. I have many, but I'll talk about Trivia Geeks right now. You could ask me later about another one, but Trivia Geeks is an internet game show where anything can happen, and it often does. We have podcaster against podcaster or comedian against comedian, and basically what we do is we make up our own games, and we have our own rules, and we have our own writing staff that makes up these hilarious questions for the teams. The teams go against each other and they wager and against each other. And what happens is if they get questions wrong in the round, the next round, they suffer some punishments that they have to do. And it could be anywhere from like having to answer like a spoiled, rotten child to, oh God, I can't even think of them right now. We have tons of punishments, so it's pretty funny. But yeah, and basically at the end, you win nothing except the prestige of knowing that you are the internet guru for the week and can brag about it to the other podcasters, saying how much greater you are than them. So it's a lot of fun.
Wait a minute. Podcasters do not have egos.
Oh, yes, they do. Come on. Yes, we do. It's all fun. Especially when you're on that show. It's so funny. You could have the most docile podcaster come on and it just brings out the competitor in them. It's really funny to watch. So I loved one of our episodes. We had two nearly wed podcasters from See Here's the Thing on, and Kate and Patrick were fantastic, and they bouted against each other. They're still getting married, which I'm surprised because I didn't think they'd make it after that show, but they did a great job. And yeah, there's just a lot of fun. We got a lot of good shows coming up. We have Dan Cummins. I don't know if you know who he is, but he is a comedian who's been on Comedy Central and all the late night shows. And he's going to be coming on in September. So we are pretty booked through the end of the year, but hey, maybe we'll have a couple of podcasters like you battle it out.
You heard it. It's Drew versus DK.
There you go.
It's going to be the lowest scoring game ever.
It could be like Survivor Series, like in wrestling, where Team Drew versus Team DK. And I don't know how many members we can have at once, but maybe we can each pick, phone a friend or.
Yeah, well, we have some things like that, so it just depends. We change the entire show, like. The format is the same, but we will adapt the show to you based on what you've written and who you are, and we know a little bit about you. So be careful what's out there on the internet, because we will find it and we will use it against you completely. So
leave a carbon footprint wherever.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I leave crazy exes where I go. Thankfully, I'm married now, so that should be over with. But yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit on the internet about me written by exes.
No, at least you have an ex. I got the first one I got. I married her, and I'm still. You haven't done anything yet. I tell her my cock's as big as Hogan's. Anyway, Cave Crew Radio. We started it out, Sir Bigby and I. He's the host of Metal Thunder Radio, and I came from a show called Double Talk Radio. And it was supposed to be a man cave. We were supposed to talk about sports, drink beer, pop culture, whatever. The beer stuck. We recruited a chap from England, which is probably our most famous character, Choo Choo Stew. And we do weird news completely off the cuff. CaveCrewRadio.com. I don't know how to explain it to you. You'll laugh, and you'll laugh a lot.
And as people know, I've got an echo somewhere. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. As people know, I do a horror podcast, so it's basically I review a bunch of really shit horror movies that people seem to like, and I say what I think of them, which people don't tend to agree with on a lot of occasions. Then I interview people that were in them and tell them why I thought the films were shit.
You have to review The Mist. That's on this week. And I'm gonna watch it again. I love shit horror movies. Children of the Corn. Super stoked about the new It.
Yeah.
How about you? Are you ready for that?
Yeah, it's shaping up quite well.
That's like 15,000 pages, folks, in what, 85 minutes. I love how they take Stephen King by the balls and
castrate him.
Yeah, one of my co-hosts, another show that I do, we do a sci-fi show. And part of it is because I never watched sci-fi or anything like that. And started out as a Westworld podcast, and then we really got along and just decided to keep having it go as like a sci-fi AI Western podcast, because that's a thing. We made it up, but it's a thing now, and it's fun. And so anyway, he is trying, like, what we actually do every week is we try to figure out some way to pull in whatever the fuck we want to that week and make it make sense in our little web of sci-fi. So he's trying to figure out how it could be a sci-fi, because he knows I hate scary movies. I'll probably piss my pants, and I do not want to watch this thing. And he's trying as hard as he can to try to figure out. He's like, there's got to be some like tie to Westworld or some way that I could get you to watch this movie. And I'm like, if you do, I'm like, I'm not talking to you for like a month. I'm like going to accidentally like, oops, I forgot we had a show this week. I'm like, I'm not watching it, dude. So
yeah,
no,
I'll
pass on it.
Why are people so afraid of clowns?
It's not clowns. It's okay. So Tim Curry, he's a fucking freak, man. And that's not where I'm scared of him from. I'm scared of him from Annie when I was a little girl. And he was like chasing her and like trying to like basically grab her off like a 100-foot ladder, and he was evil. And I'm like, okay, so Tim Curry is evil. So everything I've ever seen him in, and I know that he's gonna be like, even Clue, I could only watch Clue once, and Clue's a great movie, but I could only watch it once because of fucking Tim Curry.
You're the first person that told me Clue is a good movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
You want all the alternate endings?
No, I've only seen it once, and I love watching it when I saw it
in the library with the lead pipe.
I don't know. I don't remember. So yeah, so anything with Tim Curry, I kind of give it a pass. So because of that, I didn't watch the original It, and I guarantee you, I don't give a shit, because the new It is going to be just as like, I'm going to think of Tim Curry in that outfit, and I'm good. So nope, passing on it. So
it's supposed to be a lot scarier. My wife won't watch it either. I'll watch it by myself. But
they said that about Alien too, and the new one was like, all right. It was.
I get a little sick of people regurgitating fucking lizards out of their stomach.
Yeah,
it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, after I was kind of like looking forward to kind of being scared, and I there was only like one or two like minor jump moments, and I am really easily scared. So I don't know if I'm desensitized now because they're making me go and see these films, but I wasn't as scared as I ought to have been, so I thought. But what are you gonna do?
You know what scares the fuck out of me? I'm sure we have a million more questions, but are those doll movies? Chucky scares me. Annabelle was on the other night, and I hid it under the fucking covers. Like, I don't know what it is. Like dolls and statues, they freak me. If I can see, a monster Godzilla coming across the horizon, I got time to fucking prepare. But if it's a little fucking China doll in the corner, What do? Next thing you know, you're whacked over the head by a lamp or something.
Yeah. For me, the new, I think it'll either be kind of average or shite. That's the kind of level is what they do with Stephen King films. It's they take the book, which is like a great book, and then they make an average or shite film out of it. So you have to hope for average, which is never a good thing.
For some reason, I couldn't vote on your fucking poll today. Facebook, get your fucking shit straight. But you were asking a review of 3 movies. One of them was Killer Tomatoes. I love that movie. Yeah. That was my vote, by the way. Mark it down.
Yep, I'll mark it down. Yeah, there's been a lot of people who have been saying there was something weird about the poll that I put up. I don't know what was going on.
I kept clicking and Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was a classic.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I quite like reviewing the ones that weren't classics because I can be far more honest about them because I don't care if I offend the folk that made them because I don't want one on my show anyway.
Is this a part of the show where we just randomly start naming movies? Because Sharknado, I don't know.
Sharknado 5 is coming out.
Yes, it is. And it's got Charo in it. Because
is that blonde? Is the idiot from fucking 90210 that no one liked in it? The blonde guy.
God, I can't remember. We talked about it, and I can't remember who's all in it. But all I know is Charo plays the president, and that really makes me laugh. So
Charo,
yeah, Charo, yeah.
And then the blonde geek from 90210. He's probably taking Hogan's.
Yeah, Ian Zerling. Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he's in it.
I guarantee he's taking Hogan's cock. He can tell you how big it is.
Let's see. Another podcasting question. Do podcasters secretly hate anyone that does a podcast similar to their own?
No, I don't. I don't secretly hate anybody as a rule, but I like it because you almost kind of create this bond a little bit with that other podcasts, and you can play, have that podcaster come on your show and you can go on their show, and it's more. And I think what's nice about the podcasting community, it's not your typical media community. It's we kind of all help each other. We all succeed when we succeed, and that's what's really great. If there's one show that goes up a little bit and hey, we help do that in some way, makes me feel good. So no, and I'm not just saying that to be all nice and stuff. I'm serious. I feel that podcasters really do want to have this camaraderie, which we do. I'm on this fucking show. Jesus Christ.
You're just being warm and fuzzy and not doing us any good for ratings.
I'm here. Here. You're getting ratings.
Helping the ratings, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't secretly hate any podcaster. I'm quite open about the people.
If Drew hates you, I think you know it.
Yeah.
And he's being a bastard about it, or as he says, a cunt.
Pretty much.
You know what? I'm the same way. I appreciate. I like in what we do. Like you were saying, Kari, how you go to work. I know Drew's probably got to work in the morning. We all have to do things to pay the bills. So we're almost like a band that plays in a bar.
Yeah.
We might be fortunate enough if there's 5 people or 500 or 1,000, depending. But you deliver your show 100% all the time. I've made more friends. Yes, you get them on the show. Especially if they're good. And why did you bring that motherfucker on here?
Knock, motherfucker.
I was just going to tell you, the only podcaster I can't fucking stand, and you bring his ass out here. Is he drinking prune juice tonight, or did he drain something out of it?
Son of a bitch! I forgot him in the damn something like that. No,
he's wearing a hockey shirt with a
damn refrigerator. I might have to get up, take my fat ass in there, and get to my damn self, but hold on a second. I gotta ask this. Who the fuck comes? Here's a trivia geek question for you. Who the fuck comes on a video-based podcast and doesn't come on video? Come on.
It's not even her prom picture, Chris. Like,
I mean,
she could have fucking photoshopped it.
Well, I gotta admit, I mean, I bet you she sees really straight. I mean, yeah, you just got to use that cock eye. You can't use the good eye. You got to use the cock eye. And based on that picture, she looks like she's got 2 cock eyes. So I bet you that shit runs really nice and straight. And then Ken, man, why the hell do you keep bringing up Hogan's cock? I mean, do you think you can take the tip, or do you think you can throw it the whole motherfucker? That's what I want to know.
Listen, I'm not the one that writes these fucking questions. Listen, I was talking to some of the cave dwellers today, and I said, there's someone out there, DK for life. And guess what the popular answer was? Chris Ripka.
Yeah, okay.
And I got to tell you something, though. That means they love you, and you better get your ass back on the show.
I got to get my ass back on that show. But hey, Kari, I got to ask you a question real quick. Does your fiance like professional wrestling?
No.
Okay, so then that just throws out this joke. Fuck that one.
I like wrestling.
I know.
SDK.
And that was the set. Thank you for saying that, because you set me up for this one. You know, as a wrestling fan, you know you would take that tip. And if you didn't take it, your wife would be taking it, and you'd probably be sitting there bragging about it too. Hey, yeah, my wife took Hogan's cock down the throat. What the hell? I would. Shit, I'm a wrestling fan. Hell, she can take Hogan. She can take Sting, she can take all the old timers. I don't care. It would be like a badge of honor. It's like, yeah, my wife is the one that slipped through the whole entire freaking ECW, WCW, WWE staff.
If my wife slipped through the ECW, I wouldn't be with her without 10 condoms on my car.
Yeah, no shit. You probably get something that they haven't even invented yet. And then the whole podcasters with egos. Well, fuck. I know a podcaster with an ego so fucking big, and I know I shouldn't be that way, but, well, suck my Vern Troyer size cock. Fuck you. And then Westworld versus the Game of Thrones fans. You know, both cultures are completely fucked. I mean, come on, people fucking androids versus people fucking their sisters or their brothers. Seriously, folks.
Rape, eh? There's a lot of rape on that show.
I know, but how fucked up is writing these days? How do we throw something really hot and exciting in here? Oh, we'll just have the queen fuck her brother and have a bunch of kids that aren't retarded, by the way. How the fuck did they pull that shit off? I haven't figured that out, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. Maybe, you know, Peter Dinklage is actually one of their kids, and we just didn't know it.
That's listen, you don't read enough history. That's how they came up with dwarfs.
Yeah, well, see, like I said, Peter Dinklage. So,
listen, is that a fucking Nazi symbol on
Nazi symbol? Come on, no.
Yes, to the gas chamber. What the fuck are you?
No, but hey, in all seriousness, Kari, it is absolutely amazing to meet you. And listening to the show earlier, you're awesome. You got a really cool vibe, and it's been a pleasure sitting and listening to everything that you shared.
Oh, well, thank you very much. It's nice to meet you too. What the fuck is your name?
Apparently it doesn't fucking matter. And Ken, I'll be happy to come on your show. Fuck that other bullshit.
At least I know who you are.
Right, exactly. No, that's all right. Yeah, I'm CJ Ripka. I was the host.
No, I know who you are. You're fine. I'm
telling the audience. I don't care if you know who I am.
But you know who you are. You've been on the show about fucking 10 times. There's only been 9 episodes.
I don't know, and there's like only 2 freaking audience members, so they probably know me better than you know me right now.
And now you're doing a show that's like All in the Family or something. You're sitting in one chair, your co-host in the other.
Yeah, maybe Drew and I will start fucking. We can have some more Vern Troyers.
Hey, stand up. What's the logo on the hockey jersey?
There isn't one. This is my practice jersey. I didn't have anything clean to throw on real quick, so I just threw this on. Plus, it matched the hat, so fuck you.
Fuck you too, but you know I love Chris because he's a hockey fan. There's not many of you around the world.
Well, there really isn't. No. It's because they can't figure out if they can't play it, they're not going to be fans of it because, well, it takes a little bit of this thing called coordination.
Hey, can you explain to me, because I've been trying to do this for months, how you get the shadow on your green screen?
So for people
I love you, Bubba. You know that.
With my lights. And yeah, I've got one outlet and I plugged like 90 different lights into this damn outlet. And apparently it wasn't capable of handling that. And it started on fire.
Drew, I'm still having a hard time doing a show with number one. It's like an avatar. You know, it seems her mouth moves whenever she talks. There's a picture there. You're a great guy sipping your juice, but I don't like this Nazi thing on your. Like, can you at least turn the hat around? You talk about us getting sued. Who the hell was that? Talk about it. Someone's in your curtain.
Yeah, that's my wife. Hey, I've actually got one of those. There was someone that was actually brave enough to marry this. What the hell was she thinking?
Hang on one sec.
So yeah, I'm married. Somebody actually puts up with my bullshit.
I have one too.
Oh. Well, and Chris, if you didn't hear, the reason why I'm not on camera is because you guys had a choice. Either I come here or I don't, because I was just finishing up my bachelorette party this weekend and literally kicking people out last night and had a bunch of shows to do today and just didn't get to it. So it was either you get this pretty fun picture of me and my voice, or you get nothing. You get nothing. And I don't like to cancel. So you've got a great
voice, so I'll put up with the voice.
All right, I appreciate it. Like I said, I'll come back. I'll look all pretty and whatever is shit later. But yeah, this is what you get right now. God damn it! What do you want? Episode 10? We'll be fine. We'll come back. Don't
Chris Ripka just went from a Nazi to Crips versus whatever they are.
Oh no! It's SoCal. It's a SoCal.
SoCal, man. What up, man?
Yeah, this is my Hell's Angels support hat.
Hey, by the way, at the bachelor party, did you have Hogan?
Yeah, tell us about this bachelorette party. That's concept.
Well, I'm older. I'm not a young spring chicken anymore. So basically, we decided to mix the two. And my fiance is a little bit more shyer in a good way, though, not in a bad way. And so my girls had me do all this shit, and it was bad enough that I had to do like some fucking scavenger hunt, but I had to do it in front of him, which was a little worse. And they're like, "You think you can get through this list?" And I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, "Is this it?" I'm like, "This is all you guys want me to do?" So yeah, I'll get through this list, but I was able to get through it and I survived. We were up really, really late. I drank way too much. I haven't drank like that since I was probably like 22 or 23 years old. And I don't even know how and then there was people in my house. Like, that doesn't happen. I'm too old to have people in my house the next day just like crashed out in weird places. I was like, what is this? It kind of felt like college. It was weird. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I survived. Thank God. We all survived. But it was a hard day yesterday, after they left. And it was just kind of like, oh, I got to get through today. And then today I had shows and stuff, and that was really tough to get through. I don't even know what I said. We had to watch Blade Runner. I have never seen Blade Runner before. First time I've ever watched it. And I was like, I phoned it in. I don't even know what I watched. I watched some, all I could think of is watching Sean Young and her thinking to myself, like, this chick has a penis and just yells laces out. I don't know if you guys have seen Ace Ventura. Yep. But I'm like, what am I watching? I don't understand. And yeah, I didn't pick up on it. And so I have been told that I have to go back and rewatch that a couple of times before the new Blade Runner comes out, which we will be doing at Brokeback Mountain. But hey, what are you going to do? So
now, yeah. Was this your bachelorette party?
Yes, it was. I'm getting married in September, at the end of September 30th.
That opens up a whole new can of worms.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to ask questions?
Well, I was wondering if Drew was ever going to talk again, because I kind of just came in and started blabbering, and then all of a sudden you took over the show and started asking questions. And not that I don't mind listening to her talk about her bachelorette party. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, but I don't care about Blade Runner. I want to know,
screw Blade Runner. I want to know more about this freaking scavenger hunt. I mean, what was it that made it so awkward? Why did you
What exactly did you do? You did that 11 seconds in the closet, didn't you?
Yeah, no, it was no, I didn't do any. Thank God they didn't make me like I didn't do anything like I had to have to kiss somebody or doing that kind of stuff, which was good. But I did have to like have a guy give me a condom. I had to and I had to find the condom first of all, which was interesting.
His dick,
like,
though.
you got a condom? Do you have a condom? And I had to wear this veil, and I'm running around the bar asking people if they have condoms. You know how awkward that is? And they're like, are you getting lucky? And I'm like, no, I just need a condom because I'm doing this thing, and it's hard to explain. But do you have a condom? And then once I found the condom, then I had to have somebody recite this thing and give me the condom. So it was like, okay, in front of my future spouse. So that was a lot of fun. And he just kind of laughed it off or whatever. There was a couple of times I had to walk up to, I had to find two guys having a good time, and you could tell they were bros. You could tell they were bros, like good bros. Like you could tell that they played sports and they were, they were good friends or whatever. I just had to kind of walk up to them and be like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I'm getting married and my wedding bells are tingling, and I'm thinking you two are next. So I had to completely embarrass them, and they were in front of these two hot chicks. They're like, yeah, we were saying they were gay all night. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I'm like, hey, it's this thing. I'm out of here. Don't get mad at me. Yeah, I don't know. It's just some shit that girls make you do to, embarrass the hell out of you and have fun at the same time. But I did the whole list. I didn't even care. So I have a tie somewhere. I had to get some guy's
the whole fucking list. You took it.
Yeah, I had no problem. I was like, whatever. I just took the whole thing. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I did. No, it was the end of the night. So, but what we did first is we all went together to a comedy club and saw Chris Porter. And I don't know if you know who that is, but he's hilarious. And he's been on Comedy Central. Huh? You got to Google him
right now.
The old man's got to Google. Okay, type in GOOGLE.com. Let's start there. He's a little older. We got to slow it down for him. Do you have your iPad out or your Apple phone?
I don't have an iPad. I'm too old.
Do you have
I have an
Apple phone?
2600. Oh, Chris Porter. Yeah. He's hilarious.
He won Last Comic Standing. He's got his own Netflix episode show. Really, really funny. So we went there first and kind of warmed up. And what was really great about that is my daughter's in the wedding. So be nice, be kind. But she's in the wedding, and I was able to take her there first before we started all the festivities. But she was able to go see a live comedian for her first time. And it was kind of a nice little family bonding because she snorted at the exact same things I did. It was awesome. So we had these two young women in the front there.
Stand-up comedy is the best. Now, you guys can weigh on this as well, but I'm looking at one picture of Chris Porter, and he looks like that pedophile that gave away the golden tickets. What was that?
Oh yeah, Gene Hackman, or no, not Hackman. God, Gene Wilder. Right. He's actually cut his hair since then. He had a whole bit on it. It was really funny. He said he looked in the mirror one day and looked like Gallagher and just kind of had a Britney Spears moment, and just took his hair right off from that.
Where the fuck did Ripka go?
I think he's away to release the next Limp Bizkit album. The fuck was he dressed like Oscar 2001 for anyway?
Did you just say the next Limp Bizkit album? Oh, how dark and inside this tangled web we weave.
Right.
Yep. That's quite funny. There was a lot of, the moment he came on, there was a bunch of questions came up, like, why is that 50-year-old man dressed like a 12-year-old and shit like that?
Also, they're poking at me.
I think I'm being Ripka.
That's what's great. They can't poke at me. They just poke at my face. It's fine. It's all good.
Would you be interested, person asking the question, to come into the video chat and perhaps we'll discuss things?
Well, as I've said, I've been trying to get
young at heart, and my hair is ugly. And what do you want me to wear? Like fucking suspenders and a fucking sweater? It's fucking summertime. I'm not that old. I'm not fucking Bill Cosby.
No, you're still awake.
I'm still awake.
Here's one that we should have asked Ripka's wife. You're on a first date with the most obnoxious person ever. What do you do to end the date early? For me, what I did was...
What she originally told me was I forgot my contacts. Oh, you're asking Chris.
What I did was I was on a date with someone that was incredibly obnoxious, so ordered a load of shit and then just left. Said I was going to the toilet and just left. So left him with a big bill. That was how I handled it. What about you guys, if it was you?
Listen, I you know,
shit.
You want to talk about obnoxious shit. Not many questions get me going, but I'm just going to tell you, on Thursday night's show, I'm going to dress up. I'm going to put on a plaid jacket. And I'm going to put my glasses down to my nose, and maybe I'll be acting my age. I'm going to put on a plaid jacket. Oh, no, I'm echoing. That's terrible. That's fucking Ripka again.
That wasn't me. That was you. You know damn well that was you. And as far as ending a freaking date, one of those obnoxious dates, just tell him to go get bent. Tell him to fuck off. I mean, Christ, just, you know what? Here in the United States, you can just use that magic word. Just call him a cunt, and you will never get a date ever again with anybody in her circle of friends.
Yeah, you say that here, you'll probably get laid.
See, what I do as a woman is I completely do not take that approach. What I do is if he's obnoxious and we're like at dinner, I order the most expensive steak. I make sure that I get a couple of sides and dessert and go ahead and have a bottle of wine because I'm like, I'm at least getting a good fucking meal out of this bullshit. And then, yeah, they think I'm too expensive and they run. So it works for me. I got a good steak.
Now, see, for the guys, though, what they need to do is they need to order for them and then get them the most, like...
That's not going to happen. It's 2017. Are you out of your fucking mind?
I thought girls...
It's not going to happen.
I'm going to get her a side salad because, she needs to lose a little bit of weight before, before I take her out on the next date. And I guarantee you'll just get up and walk out. You don't even have to worry about ending the date and being awkward. She'll just leave for you.
It's like this. I think my date wants to have a salad because I don't have the strength to open that button to get down her pants.
What you should do is just fart really loudly and then say, then go, oops, that wasn't a fart. And just imply you've shot yourself. That's going to end a date incredibly quickly, in my opinion.
This is why I love UK humor. It's always about the fart. I love it.
And farting and shitting it's like the funniest thing in that whole area of the world.
I think you'll get about 1,500 more views if Chris Ripka right now puts his hand underneath his armpit and makes a fart noise.
His name is a fart noise.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but I've never been able to do that.
Your name is a verb. It's Ripka. It's awesome. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. It tells you exactly what you can expect.
I love Dutch ovens. Now, I'm sorry, Kari, you're not married yet, but here's something maybe you can expect. Boys, at least, I don't know, for me, it's like once every couple months because it's just funny when the wife passes out. She's tired. She's really worked hard for you. She's done everything, and this is why we stay with them. But it's still fun to put the blankets over the head and just let a good taco or Chinese food rip. And then you don't wake her up with the fart because she's so sound asleep. How you wake her up is because you're sitting there dying of laughter. CJ, I know you've done it. I can tell by the look on your fucking face.
So this is the part of the show where we need Brian, your co-host Brian, on the show because he has got the best what the fuck ever of anybody I've ever heard in my life say what the fuck ever. But in 18 years of marriage, I have never farted with my wife in the same area or vicinity or room as me.
You gotta be kidding me. I'll go across the living room and grab the remote. I don't even want to change the channel. And then I'll gently turn my cheek and come on. 18 years. I haven't even been married as long as you, and they call me the guy that dresses like a 12-year-old.
I was raised in a family where we respected the people around us. We didn't do things like that, especially when there was women in the room. And since I had 5 sisters, that was a huge thing. If you farted with one of your sisters in the room, you probably were going to get a telephone book upside the head.
Hey, you guys will appreciate this. I think this is along the same storyline because this actually happened to me a couple nights ago. I grew up with 3 sisters as well and the only boy. But all through my life, and my wife is the same way. She yells at my son all the time. Will you lift the fucking toilet seat up? Blah, 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 blah. And we never really get into it. So the other night, folks, I'm going to be polite. I had to take a number 2 in the middle of the night. Heaven forbid what I sat in was a fucking swamp. I now appreciate, Kari, what you girls have been bitching for since forever.
Oh, that's not it. It's just you'll fall in. That's what happens if you leave the seat up, like we fall in like real quick, and you could like break a hip or something at my age. So you have to be real careful about that stuff. So yeah, you gotta put that shit down.
I would rather fall in than sit in pee.
No, you wouldn't. You want your ass inside a toilet? Honestly,
that water is clean.
Is it?
Well, it's a lot cleaner than.
It's not like it's boiled water. It's freezing ass cold water where bacteria can live, and it's gross. And you piss all over the seat and all over the floor. And I know you do because I have a spouse and I have to clean that shit. And I do. And I don't want to be around it. And I don't want to fall in it. So,
I mean, half the time, with as many boys as you've got, Ken, your toilet bowl probably looks like it has a goatee.
Listen, you want to know something?
No.
When you wake up in the middle of the night with a boner, you try hitting the center of the toilet.
You know what torque is? Do you know what the definition of torque is?
What? I don't want to know.
It's when you got that boner and you press it down to take a leak and your heels rise up off the floor.
You know what? I can totally relate to this story.
What other questions we got, Drew?
Okay.
You're like halfway in the fucking shower and you're still trying to hit it.
Did that guy die on the last episode? No. Don't know if anyone remembers that. The guy that got punched in the face outside my house on the last episode. He didn't die. I've seen him recently. He's got a massive black eye. Fucking idiot.
It was probably you because you're the guy that's knocking out cows.
No, he was the one giving the play-by-play.
Yeah, I was reviewing it. Here we go. Have you ever had someone on your show you wanted to punch in the dick because they were either an arsehole, had no personality, or just plain sucked?
And
every time I come on this show,
Stevie and I sitting across from each other.
Yeah, it's a good thing y'all are in your living rooms because Jesus fucking Christ.
I want to punch Ken in the dick just because he hasn't come on my show yet, not because he's been on my show and I wanted to punch him in the dick.
It has never been.
I'm curious, Chris. What are you doing to these guys to make them come on your show?
Well, I just take the tip. First of all, you never take the whole thing because then they want to get married to you. So you just take the tip, and then, you just hum.
What it is we're hoping to see that girl pop behind the curtain again.
Right. Yeah.
Honestly, though, on Cave Crew Radio, I don't think so ever. But I went for a very short time and tried to do an interview show with authors and favorite saying gurus, and I'm not cut out for that. And
you did a good job at that. You did a good job. The problem was the people that you were kind of having come on couldn't carry any energy.
Yeah,
they had no passion for what
trying to sell. Like, I'm hoping, getting a little off topic though, I don't need to do Cave Crew Radio every 2 seconds. Cave Crew Radio, Cave Crew Radio. I'm hoping someone say, oh, that guy was all right. Google. I'm going to go check out the show. These guys get on your show, a book, whatever. I get it. It's just not my gig. Everything is sell. And I was trying to dig a little deeper, kind of do the raw and real type of thing. And it didn't work for me because I couldn't.
You know what I used to tell people? I used to tell people before they came on the show, when we did our pre-show, I would tell them, you know what? I don't give a shit about what you do. And my audience doesn't give a shit about what you do. So if you got something to sell or something to push, don't worry about it. I'll get to that point. I will get that out there. But we want to know who you are and why you do what you do. And from that point on, it just kind of set the stage for exactly what we wanted to do. And that was have a conversation about them.
And don't you guys think that watching a show like this, I'm not saying it's going to garner us any fame, but I mean, you're watching an interview, you're getting to know the person, then you're going to have an interest and go, whoa, I wonder what else they do.
Yeah.
Right? Not sitting there going, yeah.
Carson is a perfect example of that. Holy shit. Thanks for the setup, Ken. So I have Drew on the show.
We're naturals, brother. We're naturals.
And we're talking about movies. We're talking about him being a screenwriter. We're doing all this stuff, and we have a great show. We have a very good show. We get out of the show, and we start conversating, and next thing I know, I find out he's a mixed martial arts fighter. He's talking about getting in fights at bars. I'm like, holy shit, where was this during the show? This is fucking gold.
This is what you want, right?
Yeah, that's what's called setting up a second interview.
Right?
Oh, that's gold. That's gold. They see he's smarter than you think he is.
Oh, no, I've always had nothing but respect for
juice, brother. He's got us over a barrel right now. He's drinking fucking juice tonight.
Well, I've seen the other side. So I've seen the darkness.
You have, yeah. You've seen me puke in a bin. So did about, what, 200 other people before it get pulled off Facebook?
Something like that. So, Kari, have you ever wanted to punch somebody in the dick that's been on your show?
No. I don't put people that I feel like that on my show. No, not at all. If you came on my show, though, you could be the first, Chris.
I'm glad I'm not the only person that feels this way.
Oh, God, I love it.
You're supposed to say challenge accepted and then just come on the show. And we'll just see how that works out.
You're going to get
I'll surprise you, girl. I'll surprise you. I am dumber than I look. I really am.
In all reality,
I would second that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is.
In all reality, CJ is a lot of fun. He adapts. He adapts to any situation you put him in. He can be serious. He can be funny.
Like doggy style, over the right. I got you.
One time I had him. One time I had him over the toilet with pee on it, and
there's been
in all seriousness, you do adapt well to all situations.
Yeah.
And there's the thunder. We're bringing the heat, boys and girls. We're bringing the heat.
Ooh.
That's just what happens when people start talking.
I hate when he pauses to read the next fucking question. I love this show, but when he stares at the computer and can't read that one. And the one he reads is probably 10 times worse than the fucking one he read before that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be picky. You should just read the next one.
Just fucking read them all.
I do the skipping past the racist type comment type stuff because I get a lot of people through from Reddit.
Yeah.
Which is apparently just full of cunts. This question here is, of all questions I've ever had, this is the one that's the most special needs. This person really has a low IQ. Would you guest on each other's shows? They're fucking guesting on my show right now.
Shit isn't. No, I gotta go pee. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Some guy wants a shout out called Desmond Diamond. Was that not the fucking guy?
Desmond Diamond?
Was that not the cunt from Screech from Saved by the Bell?
There's no Desmond Diamond that listens to my show. That must be you, CJ.
I don't know a damn Desmond Diamond. I don't think.
Unless it's a character I invented when I was really drunk and don't remember.
I'm going to go Google him right now.
What's the question, though?
His question, other than wanting a shout out, is
hello, Desmond Diamond. There's your shout out.
Yeah, hey, Desmond.
For fuck's sakes.
Fuck you, Desmond. Piers Morgan, why and how? I don't know. He's a cunt. What else can you say about Piers Morgan? I don't get the question.
Is that the question?
Yeah.
Piers Morgan, why?
Yeah. Do you just want him back, by the way? Because we sent him over to America because we hate him here.
No, you can fucking have him. He's great over there. It's cool. He can stay across that border. We got our border patrol up for just Piers. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
That's what the wall is for.
Can you send me the link on him, please?
On Desmond?
Yeah. No, I know who he is. Yeah, fuck him. Go back home.
So,
who is your nemesis in life?
Chris Ripka.
I was going to say Ken Lloyd.
I thought you were going to say Dave Maresco.
And Drew, you'd say Scott Doucette. I know it.
No, he's too much of a pussy to be my nemesis.
Nemesis in life is probably that bitch across the street that always tries to have a better garden than I have.
I thought Nemesis was that girl down at the Bell Star that just nobody ever sat at Sniffer's Row for. My bad.
I'll second that one.
You got an answer, Kari?
No. Move on.
I'll do the
Nemesis is Chris Ripka, and she's gonna punch him in the cock.
Yeah, it's all good. No, not yet.
No, come on. She can't do that. It's only the size of Vern Troyer. Come on.
She needs really good aim.
You know, it took me a minute till just now. I know who that is, and now I realize you got a little dick. That's great. That moment that the light bulb goes out, and you go, "Oh, I know who you're talking about now." I'm like, you keep saying his name, and I'm like, I'm thinking it's like some sport reference, and I'm like, "Oh, it's the little evil dude." Got it.
Yeah, but
I didn't even Google it. That was my brain. That's why it took me so long, because I don't Google that shit.
Listen to the way I said it, though. I said the size of Vern Troyer, not Vern Troyer's dick.
It doesn't matter. He's little people, Sue. It's little it's all good.
3 men and a woman sitting around talking about cocks. Great.
And the only one that actually knows anything about them is apparently Steve, and he's not here.
He's too busy.
Here's your
playing,
shout out, Steve.
He's too busy playing Hogan's.
Gotta be a rule you don't talk about people while they're not here. He's too busy golfing he's too busy golfing, following a guy walking 2 German shepherds with a fedora on.
Yeah. If we just talk about people that are here, then I can't slag off Scott Doucette enough.
You go crazy.
What was that? What was that picture he put up? I don't know if you saw it, if any of you are friends with him on.
Oh, with the fucking envelopes?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Does he realize how ugly he is?
That's a bit harsh.
No, it's
he's Canadian. You can say that.
He's Canadian and I'm Canadian. Watch what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. You can say that because you're Canadian.
He's from the East Coast and I'm from Ontario. It's like North Dakota, South Dakota type of thing. No, Scott's.
No, it's not. It's like New York and South Dakota type of thing.
You know what really sucks?
Like Detroit in New York.
Why was he posting out
blank,
empty envelopes anyway?
I don't know what was in the envelope, but I'm looking at it with envy. And I'm going, holy fuck. It's a real big group you got because you're mailing 5 envelopes. But,
yeah, 5 envelopes.
Hey, DK, don't you still owe Scott like some chewed bubble gum from winning some prize or something on the show one time?
Yes. Do I? I don't know. I don't pay him.
Has he ever sent you one of his, wristband things?
Yeah,
he has
one of those kits. Anthony, what's your fucking name there? Hey, this is Anthony Hayes. Good luck. Pot on. I'm still waiting for my bracelet.
Everybody likes Anthony. Anthony's like
Anthony. I love all those guys. It's the only group I haven't been kicked out of yet.
Anthony's that little brother that you take on road trips and then find out that he's really good at numbers, so you take him gambling and stuff like that. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Rain Man. Sorry. So no, Anthony's
just
cool.
Gonna say, you just made like the Judge Wapner Kmart Judge Wapner's on at 5.
Yeah, I don't know, and that whole thing with the PDC, with them sending out stuff, that's cool. That's probably one of the best things that I've ever seen come out of a group. but at the same time, stickers, really? What are we, fucking 2?
Put them on your fridge. You're gonna need new
stickers. We're not a bunch of fucking skateboard punks. We're not a bunch of little millennials. Get rid of the fucking stickers.
What I thought was funny.
I love the thing that plugs into the phone and it ends up being a stylus.
Yeah.
Like I know you think I live far away, but I have a dollar store too. Now, listen. In all seriousness, though, I'm not mailing out any shit. So. No. God bless their souls.
That's because you're too damn cheap.
I'm not going to mail you a fucking sticker because you just told me you don't want one.
But your Patreon people pay all your bills. So, I mean, hell, you're the richest one here out of all the podcasters.
Oh,
plus,
shit. Yeah.
Plus, let's be honest, postage costs more than those fucking stickers. So,
well, listen.
You might just be sending a stamp to the person.
I want to tell you a story. We got shirts, Big B in New York. Beautifully designed shirts. And as hosts, we were each gifted one. And all we had to do was, mention this guy on the show, and we were going to sell these shirts. Between Stu and I, the postage for us to get the fucking shirts was like $75. Don't tell me I get anything for free. The only thing I got for free, CJ, and I just think because he's a sucker and he's a hell of a nice guy, is my autographed Choo Choo Stew mug. He didn't charge me any postage. Fucking Big B sends you a Christmas card and fucking it's a COD at the fucking door. You got a Christmas card. Oh, yeah, sign here, sir. You owe me $5.20. You cheap motherfucker.
I love Big B. Oh my God. That was still probably one of my top 10 interview of people that, you have all your interviews are great interviews. I mean, you like talking to every one of them, but you have that top 10 list of the ones that you really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Big B is in that top 10. In fact, he's in that top 5 of the interviews that I did that I really enjoyed doing. That guy is an enigma.
And by the way, folks, Big B is under contract with Cave Crew Radio through 2022. So fuck off.
And then his son's going to take over because he's going to retire his old man.
He's mine. Big B is mine. Choo Choo Stew is mine. I invented them. Fuck off. I know I'm shit. I'm not afraid to admit I'm shit, but they're my gravy train.
Because Kari hasn't said one word in like the last 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I got unmute.
Okay,
I think I did. I think I did. I had a whole rant. You just didn't hear it. I was muted. I do that sometimes. I forget.
Stop the show and start over again.
That's my favorite. When I go, oh man, I do that all the time. When I go live, I'll sit there and I'll have a great intro and I'll go through my whole intro, and then I'll look down in the comments. It says no sound. I'm like, son of a.
You know what, though? I think that's what initially attracted all of us to you. And I know I'm making fun of you, and God bless you, but the early days of Facebook Live, we're just going to sit here for 5 minutes and see if anyone else is coming. Yeah, that's an engaging show.
Yeah.
Or you got to sit there and just do stuff and know nobody's watching for the good, for a good 5 minutes. And that's fun too on your side. Cause you're like, then you're like quickly texting your daughter. You're like, could you just come in here for a minute? So I don't feel like this big loser, so I'm like pretending I'm like at least doing something. And then the people come, but that initial 5
That's the problem is you go off in your own little world. Oh, no one's watching. I'm just going to sit here and talk to myself like I do my dog. And then there's 30 people in the room and you're like an asshole. I've done that so many times, but anyway.
Yeah, I've done the worst one, which is no one's there. So you try to just fucking push through it and you say everything you've got to say. And then like 20 folk fucking join the room and you're like, shit, I've got nothing left to fucking talk about.
Yeah, that's why the first couple of minutes, all I do is I sit there and talk about, personal shit, what's going on with Raw and Real, what's going on with whatever. And because nobody really gives a shit about all that stuff. So
I was watching, you asshole.
Well, I say all the stuff that nobody gives a shit about at the beginning. Then when I start seeing people pop in, that's when I get into the whole meat and potatoes. But yeah, it gets a little bit frustrating sometimes. You're sitting there and you're doing this whole show, like you were saying, Drew, and then all of a sudden 24 people come on. It's like, oh shit, do I extend this? Nah, fuck you guys. You didn't get here when I started. Fuck off. And so then it's like, well, hey, thanks for joining, but now you can go watch the fucking replay.
You sound very accommodating. You sound like a lot of fun on your show.
Actually, if you ever watch my show, it's like
it's a great it was a good show. It's rested now, but it was.
No, I'm talking about Grit and Grace. If you watch Grit and Grace TV, it's completely night and day. This is me being me, having fun, just enjoying time with some amazing people. Mm-hmm. Grit and Grace is a show that I do with Lynn Burnett, and we talk about the issues that matter, things that people don't necessarily talk enough about, and just so we can kind of start that conversation and get people talking about it. So we've talked about stuff like polyamory and swinging and creating relationships, and we
what episode is swinging?
That was about 4 episodes ago.
I'm gonna go download when we're done.
Quote unquote download. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a very valid question though for all of us live. Most of us, we all go live, right?
Yeah.
I get 90% of my audience by download though. So you've got to deliver from beginning to end.
Yeah.
You might look out there and go, shit, there's one person in chat.
Yeah.
And then you look at your downloads, and I'm not fucking Rogan or any of those guys, but you look at your downloads and you go, holy shit, there's actually people listening.
Well, I think what's really important too, like for me, when I'm doing a show and I'm setting it up and I'm writing it, is to try to translate video to audio properly. So I do a lot of thinking on my show to make sure that, we have like sketching comedy is a real interesting one, because since we have 2 guys drawing, that's a video produced thing. So I have to invoke them to tell me exactly what they're doing so that the listener on the podcast end of it knows exactly what's going on. But also it's a nice tease because, we only offer the finished artwork either while you're watching it live or on our Patreon. So it's one of those things like, well, if you're listening to this as a podcast, cool, but just know that if you actually want to see the actual artwork done, come visit us on Patreon. So there's a lot of fun things there, but I think it's hard sometimes to translate things. In Trivia Geeks in the beginning, when we were doing penalties and stuff like that, it's not like you can like rub your stomach and pat your head and that's going to make sense via audio, so we had to really come up with some stuff. We even tried like, stupid little things in the beginning, like holding your tongue or blowing raspberries. And the problem is with that is
how do you blow a fucking raspberry? Back up.
Like that, just blowing a raspberry with your tongue, just, like saying it, so we had to determine we could still do some of those things, but we had to do them properly enough so that way it wasn't something all through your speech, so you couldn't understand answers and things like that, and it didn't translate properly. So I think it's a challenge, but I accept that challenge and I throw it down every week, and it seems to work out, just depends.
Now, I like this idea though. So we do this show, say we're doing it right now. It's free live.
Yeah.
But if you missed it, it's going to cost you $1 or $2. I like that.
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends how you do it. I mean, for me, you could still see, you could still listen to the podcast. It's just more, we like to auction off our artwork, which is really nice. And we give that away every month. So these guys are just drawing mad fools and they've got places to put their artwork. So it's kind of a nice little reward for people, and people really, really dig their art and they're really, really good. So if you ever want to check out Imran Javed, he's over at the Jack and Nerd, also on my Trivia Geeks, and philrude.com, and go to him and check out his shit.
Am I the only one looking at her picture and going, man, this girl is a fucking genius, but I can't take my eye off the lazy eye.
You realize I'm looking at you like that. That's me with my eyebrow up.
You're going to give me fucking nightmares tonight, I swear.
Good.
I'm going to be in this beautiful dream, and I'm going to see this face come down from the ceiling. And by the way, I was keeping score. You have used Google twice, and so have I. So we're even.
I have.
No, that she didn't use Google. She was using her
didn't.
brain. That's why it took her a while to.
Yeah, it took me a minute because I didn't Google something up and I didn't know who he was, and it just kind of hit me. I'm like, oh, that's that fucking short guy. So yeah, no, I didn't use Google.
No, that's not true. You muted yourself for 10 minutes because you went to the library.
Do those exist? How old are you? Dear God.
I know. I'm a 70-year-old that dresses like a
fuck are books anymore. What the fuck's the library? Jesus.
I still like a good book, though. There's something about a book. I like a book.
Yeah, he reads Penthouse and Playboy, and
those were magazines, dude. Those are magazines.
I don't like them. And Drew, you don't want to clean your computer screen off. You get a little cum on the book. Well, big deal. Turn the page.
That's a statement.
Okay, what's the next question? Quick.
This is very apt following that. Have you seen Dunkirk, and did you think it was as good as the hype suggested?
I haven't yet, and I do want to see it, so that's all I got. Sorry. And I didn't Google that either, dude.
No, me either. And you know what? My son has seen it, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Because he came home with all these questions. They're actually seeing something other than, you know, Planet of the Apes or Emoji Movie or whatever the hell they normally see. I have not seen it yet. I really, really want to see it as well.
I have not watched a military war movie since 2005. Something about once you've lived through it, you don't necessarily need to see the bullshit on TV.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the 97-year-old man that went to this movie and was just absolutely moved? And he was there. He was in Dunkirk, and he was so happy, and so he said that it was so good that he felt like he went right back to where he was. And he said that he had lost so many colleagues and so many buddies during this time. It was painful for him to watch, but he was so glad because, just like you said, DK, it invoked another generation of questions, and all we can do is learn from it. And I think war sucks, and it's going to happen, and we need to talk about those things that made it happen and learn from them so that they don't happen in the future. And it's a good movie, and it's a good reason behind it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good movie. Also,
I want to direct a question to you guys, the Americans. Yeah. I think war's coming real soon, is it not?
Nah.
With these Koreans?
Nah.
No.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to speculate at this point, but I think that there's not a lot of people that want that right now, and they definitely don't want that under a Trump administration. So they're going to do everything in their power not to.
No, apparently, from what I've been reading, and fuck what we read, half of it's true, but that they can now have a missile that can strike the continental U.S.
Yeah,
that's got to be a threat.
And they also have propaganda that says that they can do that, but they don't have the means and capability. They're cut off from the rest of the world to have all of those materials available to them so that they can build such a thing. They don't have it. I mean, it was like a big joke about it. They were only able to get the rocket up, and then it just shot right back down. But propaganda can be spread pretty easily.
Kind of like my sex.
I was just going to say, kind of like Chris Ripka's penis.
I can get the rocket up, but it just comes
rocket down. And you know, when that happens to you, and because we can be brutally honest on this show, when you hit it really fast, that's a compliment to the lady.
What? How?
Are you asking me that? Are you asking me? Because no, it's not.
You're so damn excited.
No, it is not a compliment. It's a cause of frustration at that point. And then you're like, just get it over with. I'm done. And then, basically we can watch TV or something and do something else and iron, or I don't know. Fuck.
Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
Yep. That one, the fuck? How many clowns can fit into a clown car? What the fuck type of question is that?
How many clowns can fit in what?
A clown
As
car.
many as
I don't
you
know. How many of your family fit in your fucking motor, you dick?
That's something we have to send over to Choo Choo Stu. He'd figure that out for us.
Yep. I have no fucking idea. I'm guessing whatever, because it's usually they're going in one door and out the other type shit. It's a fucking stupid thing. How about those?
There's math involved with that.
Yeah.
There's like, you have to figure out like how tall a typical person is that is getting into that car. You have to figure out what kind of car that is. Is it a Volkswagen? Is it a Beetle? Those types of things. How many cubic square feet are available for this person to squeeze into? And then, you come up with like, I don't know, 15 clowns.
Yeah, I'll agree with.
He just freaking solved the world's problems. Einstein couldn't even figure this out, but she did right here on the Haver. So,
The answer to the question, you dumb fuck who's ever asking it, is 15.
And we will not be in war with Korea because, well, she just solved the world's problems with that question.
Yep.
Yeah. So, how many Kim Jong-un could you fit in a car?
Oh shit, probably 20.
It depends what they fucking write about it over there.
Dead or alive?
He's dead.
Is there any difference for him at the moment? You can't fucking tell. You could go either way with the photos here.
Hey, remember the movie with the puppets? There was that American movie where they're at war or whatever. What
Team
was
America.
that? Kim Jong-un that was that Chinese puppet?
It was his dad, was it no?
Oh, what? It was his dad. Okay. Well, you're the movie expert, not me.
Oh, the one with Trey and Matt Parker, or Stone, the one that what the fuck was that called?
You could see the fucking strings when
like,
they lifted the arm. It was like watching Thunderbirds.
Yeah, it's Team
Yeah.
It's like watching Thunderbirds, but the Thunderbirds are fucking and Carson. So it's like watching Thunderbirds if it was written by folk that are on LSD. Best, worst, born. No. What? Yeah, see, this is the problem with the questions I get. A lot of them here are quite offensive, and then you get random fucking stupid ones like "What's with all the celebrity suicides?" and ones like this one here. What would you call this show if you were to rename it?
Let's take that one here real quick. The celebrity suicides, the reason why they're doing that is because they're sick and tired of fucks like you coming up to them and asking them for their goddamn autograph. It's a signature, for God's sakes. Seriously? Leave it alone.
Can I answer the next question? What would you call this show if you were going to call it anything else? I would call it The Haver, because that's how I spell it. So when I heard Drew say Haver, I was like, shouldn't there be an I or a Y or one of those funny little French semicolons on top? I would call it The Haver.
You see, I'd call it the Haver because it's a fucking word that comes from Scotland, so it's a Scottish word and that's how it's fucking pronounced. But that's just me. I'm fucking weird like that. It's like how I pronounce.
Fucked over by a CJ.
The Haver is
it's like why I call Glasgow and not Glasgow like you were doing on the last fucking episode.
I'm not going there again. I'm not even going to say the name of the city. It's the way it's spelt, for fuck's sakes.
What, Glasgow? It's got two G's, no C.
Glasgow would be G-O-O, not G-O-W.
No, because that's how you fucking spell go in traditional English spelling. Would you ever do a America's Got Talent style show for podcasters where you have them on, they do 5 minutes of their show, and then you tell them how shit it is?
We got that coming. We do have that coming, yeah.
If Kari's copyrighted it, no. But actually, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, in October, I'll be in San Diego doing an event where I am part of a panel who is going to be sitting there watching public speakers speak, and then I'll be giving them feedback on whether, how they did. So it's funny that, that's pretty common. I know there's a somebody over at Smile Time was working on something similar to that from the Smile Time studio over in LA, but I don't think it really went off very well.
That's because Smile Time shit.
Well, I think the host, the Smile Time, they're working their shit out. They'll figure it out eventually.
I hope so, because Be Live is shit.
Right. But the problem with that is the people that they had on it weren't podcasters or live streamers, because it was mainly live streamers.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't real live streamers. They had just started doing live streams, so they really didn't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're trying to tell these people how they could be better live streamers, and it didn't work out. And I mean, come on, you gotta. I mean, someone like Kari, I can respect the fact that they're doing it, because they're gonna put a great funny spin on it, I'm sure.
Oh, thank
you. Someone that just been around for 3 months that really doesn't know what talent is yet, they might have a hard time putting that one over.
Yeah, you're really going to need to find like an expert on podcasting. So you're looking at someone like
Scott
Cody
Doucette.
Boyce or Scott Doucette. Yeah.
But that's exactly the point. Who defines that? You might like Kari's show. I like CJ's show. He likes your show. You like, well, whatever. How do you define what is good?
Yeah.
It's very subjective. And the other thing is you've also got different dialects from different places. And, my voice could drive somebody nuts, because I do have like a northern speak, and I can't help it. I was born and raised in Detroit area, and I've got that Canadian voice. I can't help it.
You're right across the river from me.
Not anymore. I'm in Illinois, but yeah, some people could hate my voice, and then, in the same turn could love it. So it's all subjective, and, it could have nothing to do with someone's voice. It could be the actual show itself. It could be the quality of the show. There's so much to really think about. That the way I look at it is, do your best, do what you love. If you love something, do it, and just have passion behind it. And it doesn't matter if one person's listening or 3,000 people are listening. What's most important is that you're doing something, and you're putting something out there, and you're giving it a shot.
Someone is listening. Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
I think your mom's listening, so it's cool, DK. It's all good.
My mom,
that's what's important.
Listening. She's pretty far away. But
actually, we've got a date later on. I'm gonna take her out and get her a salad.
You go right for it, brother. No, but in all reality, there's one group I'm in. All they ever talk about is true crime podcasts. I'm sure they're awesome. I don't have the time of day for that shit. I'd rather laugh or learn something, or, but there's a market, and paranormal podcasts is another one. They are fucking huge, these ghost hunter, fortune teller people. I have no use for it. It bores the shit out of me. But for someone else, it's obviously gold, because someone listening.
Sure. I'm the same. I've got a fucking paranormal episode coming up on my show just because it's for fucking ratings. The whole concept bores the fuck at me, but I think it'd be funny to do a round table with so-called paranormal experts and take the piss at them for 45 minutes. To me, that makes a good episode.
Well, you'd have a ball with them. Because listen, and I haven't done it for a while, but anyone that goes way back with me, I'm not afraid to say, I don't believe this. You can put a fucking EVP out there. Ooh, I don't understand why ghosts don't come in the daytime and you can't take a fucking picture. I just have a hard time. I know we're going way off course here, but that's just me. But there's a huge paranormals, and they love when the psychics come on and go, I see something blue. I don't fall for any of that shit, but that's just me.
Your name starts with a vowel or a consonant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I see a male in your past. Oh, okay. You're spot on. I'm giving you my money. Again, listen, they probably have 50,000 times many listeners as I do, but I wouldn't enjoy doing something like that.
No.
I think I have time for one more, and then I'm going to have to get going, if that's okay with you guys.
Okay, okay.
So make it a good one.
A good one? That might be fucking tricky with some of this shit I've got over here. fuck? Why?
I got a good question.
Why is there like 5 people asking me about child molestation happening at Disney World? Is that just broken in the news or some shit?
What the fuck?
There's like 5 different people are asking about something to do with kids getting touched up at Disney World. That's not this show.
No.
You can't make fucking jokes out of that, sorry.
Yeah, that's somewhere we will definitely be sued if we touch them.
Yeah, if you touch them, yeah. If you touch them, yeah, you're going on a register. CJ had a question.
I got a question for Kari. So
sure.
Basically, my question is, what kind of got you what led you into podcasting, and what inspired you to bring out, Trivia Geeks and everything else that you're doing?
Well, I used to do stand-up comedy a long time ago, and I did some sketch comedies and things like that. And in the middle of that, I had a kid, and I had to kind of put my mouth on hold for a little while. And I was kind of like scratching, back at it a little bit. And I had done a couple of improv things and stuff like that, but it wasn't really my bag. And as I got older, I don't really feel like going back on the stage. I am older. I'm in my 40s now, and it's not something that I really want to do. It's not my lifestyle, but at the same time, I kind of looked into, other avenues. And this guy came up to me and said, "Hey, you want to give this a try out?" And I said, "Sure." So I did, and I kind of ran with it. We changed the show up. We made it what it is. And after that, it just kind of bit me. And I knew what I wanted to do is to make people laugh and to have a good time. And it wasn't just about me having a good time. It was never about me having a good time. It was about the people that were on the show and the listener. And if they were listening to something that just gave them a giggle, or something that they could repeat at the water cooler the next day, that was like, I cannot believe I just heard this person say this. That's what gives me joy. I never cared about how many downloads we had or any of those types of things for quite some time, until, we realized, like, oh, this could be something that could change my life in a good way. And it was never about trying to make money and all these things, but this really can change our lives now, and especially for a woman. And we can have something in our field that isn't really, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You can kind of rise to the top and create your own thing. And that's what I want to do at Blazing Caribou. I want women to have a voice, and the majority of our podcasts are with women, and I appreciate that, and they work really hard. So that's really what it's about: passion, life, love, laughing, doing things on my own terms, and I really like that. So
cool. What was I going to fucking say there? Totally lost track. Yeah, if you need to bounce, that's fine. You guys sticking around, we'll do another like 15 or something.
All right. Well, yep. I appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you for that. It was nice meeting you. If you guys want, I did put in the Facebook page. If you want to go on Trivia Geeks or any other of our shows, you can give us a check out at blazingcariboustudios.com and follow any of our shows. So I appreciate it. So thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. So thanks, audience. We'll check you next time. Easy.
Drew and I will be on Trivia Geeks.
Yeah. Awesome. Looking forward to it, guys. All right, take it easy.
I might be the first person she ever says no to.
Yeah, I do decline sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. Please do. See you later, guys. Alrighty. Bye.
Bye.
You know what? That's a valid point, though. I often, and no bragging or anything like that, but obviously we have more than one listener. But I always said to the guys when we do the show, if it's one person lying there, sitting there, whatever they're doing, and you're making them smile, then isn't this why we're doing it?
Pretty much.
Quite often, obviously, we're hoping it's much more than one. But even one person, one good loyal fan is worth, someone who listens won't get through the intro.
I'm sorry.
I don't laugh at that, CJ. You're not even gonna make fun of the fucking intro. I set you up.
Yeah, no. I was just saying. I was just thinking. while you were saying that, I was like, you're absolutely right, though. One person, that's really all it takes, is just one person to listen to what you have to say and love what you have to say enough to be able to tell the next person and tell the next person and tell the next person. So yeah, you want to create that one fan, that one super fan, like John Lee Dumas likes to say. And once you've got that one loyal fan, that one super fan, and that's when you start taking off. That's really when everything starts coming together for you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my super fan's called Donkey Punch for life. So
okay, so
listen, you know what the worst part is when your super fan becomes part of your show and then you got no one.
Yeah.
I'm referring to Stu. So Stu used to email Brian and we were tickled pink over this fucker. Now he's part of the show. I got no one doing that anymore. I'm the loneliest guy on earth.
No, don't even say that. You've got a pretty loyal following. The people that listen to bunch. The people that watch you guys, they are there because they love each and every one of you.
Well, 2 of the 3.
Well, you have to love them to watch the show because you either love them or hate them. There is no in between.
Someone's got to produce it, though, CJ. That's why I still have my job.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And well, now you got producer Al. You know, and producer Al, he showed up for you.
Yeah. No. We got to listen. It's not. Again, I'm same as everyone I seem to come across, except for the rare podcast guru. I'm not paying any bills with it. You know, the odd little bit of change might come through here or there, but yeah, we first and foremost do it because we love it, and I think that transcends to your audience, right?
Well, the reason you're not making money from it is you're not sending out those empty envelopes like Scott Doucette was doing today.
Envelopes, man. I want that.
That's how you make the money. You make them think there's some key piece of information in those envelopes. They open it. Fucking
like when I saw that picture, and as much as we make fun of them, I wanted to know what was in the envelope.
Yeah.
Now I might have shredded it or started a campfire with it 5 minutes later, but I really wanted to know what was in that fucking envelope. It might have been the key to the fucking kingdom.
Well, you know, it's everything that's in those envelopes is going to make you the best podcaster on the planet. Guaranteed it. I guarantee it.
You're a contributor this month, aren't you? You fucker. I'm just teasing.
I contributed to everything that he stole to get started.
Exactly. That's what makes a guru, right? Taking everything a little bit from him, a little bit from her, and all of a sudden you know everything.
There you go.
They just polish turds. That's basically all a guru does. Polish a turd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's pissed you off this week?
Oh, you see, now I can get into it.
Yeah.
CJ, go away. No. And I want to tell you why. Because we're both in several groups together. And when I found out he was on her fucking network, then I didn't want to say anything because I don't really like stirring the pot. I get along with everybody. But there's this one group that I'm in, and I got this message. Hey, boss, stop promoting so much. So, you know, I thought, you know what, you could be right because we're all like this, right? We want to share. We want to get the show out there. As we talk about the one listener, we want $100,000 if we could have them. So I said, okay. I said, you're right. I apologize. And I watched this group for 2 weeks. I did not post an episode. And I looked and I said, I got more people in my fucking group than this group has. And I just texted them one day, me being the antagonist I am. And I said, I'm sick of your varmint shit. No one cares what a cockroach speaks to a fucking fly or whatever the fuck your show's about. You've been telling me not to post, and I just want to let you know, I'm leaving the group. I really don't care because I don't need your 600 members. But for 2 weeks straight, there's been people posting constantly. So why are you badgering me? I don't know why Cosmos got under my skin. It just bothered me.
What group you're talking about?
What's that?
I'm trying to figure out what group you're
Cosmos with the Vermin show there. The king of the underground podcast world or whatever the fuck the group.
So Underdog Pods.
Yeah. And listen, there's several PDC, very fucking strict. Scott and Anthony lay it down right on the law, right? They go on and they do their spam and their farm videos, and I respect that. Wednesdays, Mondays, Sunday Fun Day, whatever is when we post. The rules are there. But when you're watching a group and you're posting and CJ's posting, and I'm not calling you guys out because you weren't the people, but people are constantly posting, and you've told me I can't. It pissed me off. That was my. So don't get me wrong. You got rules, right? You say, hey, on this show, DK, we don't talk about this. Cool. Your show, your group. I'm good. But when you fucking waffle, you're a spineless jellyfish, and it fucking pisses me off. That's my piss off of the week. As petty and stupid as it is, I shouldn't have wasted any energy being angry at something as stupid like that, but I did.
Who's pissed you off, CJ?
Well, it's only fucking Monday, so anybody could possibly. I mean, there's a lot of week left. You know, to be honest with you, I don't get pissed off really all that much. I really don't. And mainly because it doesn't fucking matter. You know, when people do stupid shit, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't really affect my day a whole lot. I don't expect anything from anybody, so I'm never disappointed when they don't follow through with what I typically would expect them to do or whatever. You know, the last time I got pissed off, I did a rant on Facebook about it, and I ended up having to go back and do an apology rant very shortly after because I realized I was fucking wrong. So that's one of the other reasons why I don't get pissed off is when I get pissed off, I'm typically wrong. So
don't you find it makes you feel bad?
It only made me feel bad when I got pissed off about you not coming on my show.
No, listen, I understand, and I know we're not getting into this now, but technical difficulties, and you have your side, and I have my side, and it doesn't matter.
I was just fucking wrong.
I fucked your show. No, listen, I fucked your show up, and look, it doesn't. But if that's going to hold us back for the next 10 years, then we're fucking each other, right? So don't feel bad. If someone's if anyone's stupid, let them go be stupid, right? Just let them go be stupid. Because you end up feeling bad about yourself. You probably treat someone else wrong, right? I'm not saying you did, but your wife walks in the room and you snap. And then you go, well, I'm not mad at my wife. I'm mad at DK or whatever, right? So I agree with you 100%. Stupid people do stupid shit. Let it go.
So, yeah, nobody's pissed me off this week. Like I said, it's only Monday though, so I could change tomorrow. I
get pissed off like fucking hourly, and that's why I'm gray. And you know, but Drew does it best. He just fucking lays it on the table.
Yeah,
he just fucking sets it out there. If he wants to call you a cunt, calls you a fucking cunt. It's over with.
Here's what I think is funny. Drew's an instigator, though. Drew's a fucking instigator because I put a post out about people fucking spamming the posts and shit like that, and Drew sends me a freaking message says you should call them out. So then I fucking post pictures of their fucking posts. He's like, God, you got balls.
Listen, he private messages me. He loves when you get riled up. That's what fires that fucking Scotsman up. Is he's like, I'm all alone trying to cause shit. If I can get Ripka and fucking DK in this and another 10 people, oh, we got gold. And then he hides under the rock and pretends it wasn't him. Laughs at us. Oh, look how bad those guys are. I'm the one that fucking stuck the needle in his ass, but I'm Mr. Innocent over here.
Well, I presume the Scott to say Facebook Live and the PDC was partly about me. It's all about comedy comments and not actually contributing to the group. I'm pretty sure that was about me.
No, but you put that other post out where you said, what do you change? And I didn't get in on that because we change things on the fly constantly. But that was a great post. It was very interactive. And look, it's like they say when they do those introductory videos, there are so many people that have done so many things, and not everyone is for everyone.
Yeah.
Right. I personally like you. You're a sick fuck, just like me. And, I think that's why the three of us get along so well. But certain people would be offended or get upset. I still don't know what farming is. I've asked for a definition. I understand spam. I don't know farming.
Would you like me to explain it to you?
If you don't mind, I've asked like 10 times, and I'm not going to do it.
You get into a tractor and you plow a field, and then you put a bunch of seeds in it, and the shit pumps up, and then in the fall you go and harvest it, and that's farming. Okay. Oh, you mean farming?
That's what I thought, but I was too dumb to ask the question.
Or if you do exactly what Scott, Anthony, and all the other admins in the PDC do in the PDC, but because you're not an admin, that's called farming.
Oh, I got you. So if you're not a member of the elite,
you basically, you take these people, you look at their question. If it's something that you might be able to offer them, you send them a private message saying, hey, this is what I do. Would you like to, set up a consultation and maybe we can work together? That's fun.
But you see, here's where I think farming is and you guys aren't guilty of this, but where you Drew asked me a question. I know the answer. Blah, 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 blah. And by the way, Drew, you can check it out at cavecrewradio.com. That to me is a farm. Now, the answer to every question ends in an iTunes link.
No, right? I'm the anti-farmer in the group because I am
no farm at all. You have never thrown a show link or no. But there are people that go on, and the answer to every question is, by the way, if you want to see what I'm talking about, go to cavecrewradio.com. Notice how I'm doing that? I've thrown cavecrewradio.com out at least 10 times. I'm farming right now.
Drew's post the other day actually created a very good example of anti-farming when I jumped in. Somebody he posted something about the changing and stuff like that, and then somebody said something about live streaming, and then I jumped in right away. Something about growing your live stream numbers, something like that. So I jumped in right away and kind of laid out my promotion plan right there, and it was free there for everybody and anybody. And my hopes is anytime I see someone ask a question, if I can answer that and give them a true free answer where they don't have to go and ask some guru and pay them a couple $100 a month, whatever the fuck they charge. If I can save that guy a little bit of money, then perfect. And then if he chooses to private message me, which I get a lot of private messages, if he chooses or she chooses to private message me afterwards, I still don't charge them shit because I'm not here to be a fucking coach. I will help.
I'm going to give you kudos. I'm definitely going to give you kudos for that because, and again, I'm not a fucking guru, but I was very comfortable in my pants as far as audio and podcasting went. So the odd time someone will post a link and I'll go, oh, well, that's cool. And I'll get something out of it. But where I was trying to learn was the live stream. And you've always been upfront, fair, throwing links out there, and that's cool. Like I've never really needed to ask someone what kind of mic should I get, and there's nothing wrong with asking that question. Don't get me wrong, but that's what I look for. I look for the live streaming shit. That's where I'm growing. That's where I'm trying to learn.
And microphones, just like penises, they're all subjective.
Right. This one's pretty.
The problem is when you ask what type of microphone you should get, fucking Cody Boyce comes in with his bullshit.
Oh, that motherfucker too, eh?
Yeah.
Arrogant son of a bitch. But listen, I don't know if you guys, you can sometimes overthink things because today I joined now this editing group where all these dudes do is edit. And I picked up this really cool program from one guy, but I was reading this article today and it said you should always do audio in mono and then transpose it to stereo. And I'm thinking to myself, fuck, now I'm going to fuck myself up because now I'm starting to overthink things again.
You know, I'll tell you what, the only thing that I do in stereo is my intro and outro music. And that's because it's put out, the royalty-free stuff is put out in stereo because they have different, you know, the speakers work differently for them or whatever. The intro and outro music is the only thing I ever do in stereo. Other than that, it is always done in mono because when you're the spoken word, you're not going to split up your spoken word into different sides. I'm not going to say part of a sentence in your left ear and part of the sentence in your right ear. That's just fucking retarded. So I do anything spoken in mono, and then all my music is always in stereo.
And I've been doing this for 10 years, and I think, but Sam records. See, I'm live. Sam records in stereo, so I don't think I have a choice.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't. if you're using a third-party service, you don't have a choice.
Yeah,
I just fucking press record. I hope for the best. That's my fucking technical know-how.
See, and I use Audacity. It's fucking free and it's easy to figure out.
It's a great program, and you know what? It's free. It's easy to use if you're new, but if you've been in the business whatever years, you can still find little things that are really, really cool to play with. It's a great program.
Yeah.
So fuck all you dicks that have to pay freaking $200 for some goddamn premium freaking audio editing bullshit that you don't need for a goddamn podcast. Use GarageBand, use Audacity. Hell, use your goddamn phone recorder for all I care.
It's free. But we always want, and again, I'm speaking for myself, but I think the majority of people always want bigger, better, faster, and they think that's going to make a change in the programming, but it doesn't.
No.
If you don't have a good show, and again, judging a show is completely subjective, right? But if you don't have a good show, it's like golfing. The Big Bertha ain't going to make your ball go any further if you can't hit the fucking ball in the first place.
Yeah. Was someone just beating the shit out your room behind you there?
No, that was my son acting like a goofball, but he's related to me, so it's okay. He wants to be a star, and I told him, start your own podcast, kid. Probably go further than I did.
Say cunt a lot. That gets a lot of listeners.
Yeah. He's on. It's funny because I know we're trying to be funny here and all that, but I watch a lot of what he does because he's on Snapchat, he's on Twitch, he's on, and all these things I don't do. YouTube was new to me, a year ago. It was always just record podcast audio. So I watch a lot what these kids do because they are the ones that are on places that we've never heard about. It's just funny when it doesn't work. Hey, I can't figure this out, Dad. That's how I learned.
I broke a lot of shit before I figured out how to do something. That's for damn sure.
Dab on them haters.
I didn't hear a word. Just do your thing.
Tell them they need to dab on them haters.
What he's telling us, we need to dab on those haters. So that's obviously a new teenage saying that I have no idea what he's talking about.
I'd rather just beat the fuck out haters, but that's just
kick the living crap out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm old school like that.
I still have a picture of Chris Porter on my Google. And he's not any better looking than he was in the first place.
He's been beaten around by Hogan's cock too much.
You know what? Look, I'm going to share this picture with you guys later. And his eyeballs popping out like Gene Wilder. I think he is taking Hogan's cock.
Yep, I think quite a few people have. Is that not how you used to get the title off him? You had to take his cock.
We should get Hogan as a sponsor.
Yeah, we should be sponsored by Hogan's Cock. Or, I don't know, something like stupid sponsor, like fucking Tampax or something should sponsor this show.
Listen, you're not.
Yes, that's
We
right.
used to talk about who would sponsor us. We used to say, and we used to think, dating in prison websites would sponsor us. Things you stick up your ass would probably go well over on our show. Some kind of homemade vodka that's illegal. Those are the things that would, and they do well on our show.
Shit that'll make you go blind and not actually be able to see the show.
Yes.
Well, in closing, seeing as we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, where can people find you online, and what would you like to say to people before we finish the episode up?
I would, I'll go first. Now I'm a veteran, CJ. I'm not nervous anymore. No, it's really easy with my show. Like I said at the beginning, Cave Crew Radio, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, cavecrewradio.com. That's where you find us. Look, there's a guy from Queens, New York, guy from Canada, guy from England. We have a lot of fun. If you like this, I think you'd like our show. It's very similar. Nothing in closing. Thanks for having me again. Love to come on. Had a blast as always.
And everybody knows already. You can find me at Grit and Grace TV each Thursday night, 9 o'clock Mountain Time. So wherever you are in the world, just figure it out from Mountain Time. You guys are smarter than I am. It'll be a whole lot easier for you. Or you can just do like I do, put it into the Google converter and it'll tell you. And then the thing I really want to talk about though is a project that I just launched last night, and it's the Ripka Media Special Operations page. And what that is all about is I am going to select veterans, disabled veterans, and help them with their fundraising goals and things like that. There's a lot of stuff going on right now where veterans are getting their benefits taken away from them. A gentleman that we're working with right now, in fact, if you go to ripkamedia.com, you'll see his story. The man lost his left leg. He lost his testicles. He lost the use of partial use of his left arm, and he is deaf in his left ear. And for some reason, they went and told him that he was no longer disabled. He needed to go out and get a job. Half the man is gone, and they're telling this guy he needs to go out and get a job. Well, I tell you what, this is the kind of shit that's going on, and we need to raise awareness for that. And that is what Ripka Media Special Operations is all about. So please, if you're not in a place where you can donate and help fund something like this, do me a favor and just share it with the people that you're connected with. That's all we're asking. And let's get this message out. Let's team up. And, people all the time, they come up to us at veterans and they say, thank you for your service. Well, it's time to stop talking and start doing. Show us thank you. Don't just say it. That's all I got, Drew.
Hey, and by the way, very well written article, and good job.
Yeah. I got to follow that. That's fucking easy. I've got Jared Finn coming on the podcast this week. He's been on before.
I've seen that guy before. He's a badass.
Yeah. We're talking about the film festival that he's putting on. I'm going to be judging at it, so I'll be saying that film shit quite a lot. That's coming on. But I'm doing a review of some fucking film at the moment. It looks like it's probably going to be Beetlejuice because it's winning the poll by a mile. Although DK's voting for Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, baby.
Might be the start of a trend.
My favorite show growing up.
Yeah. Got a bunch of other weird shit coming up on Terra Firma. Going to be making announcements later in the week about the website. Beyond that, let's see. If you are going to be a rapist, be a caring rapist like Bill Cosby rather than a dickhead like Casey Affleck or the Taxman. So there's a throwback to a joke from earlier in the show. And it's been a pleasure sharing the show with you guys and Kari, wherever she is. So I'd like to thank you for coming on the show, and to the audience, as always, fuck off.
Fuck off. Go fuck yourselves.